Let's look at Japanese houses, or ie, ie. This house here dates back to the 8th century. That's pretty old, but it's still standing today. This is a little bit more modern, but still very traditional Japanese architecture. This is a lovely ie. And another quite traditional one. You can see lots of these kinds of ie in the rural areas. And this is a very modern ie. This is what most ie look like in Japanese cities. If you're lucky enough to have a house, it would be very small and tightly packed into the other houses, and you can see the road goes right up to the front of the house. Okay, Japan is quite famous for tiny houses. This is a very tiny ie. And this is called a manshon, not a mansion, manshon. It's a Japanese apartment building. The houses inside are usually really beautiful. And there are a lot of manshon in Japan. Okay, let's look at the rooms. The first room that you'll see in a Japanese house is the entrance, or the genkan. Genkan. This area is only for taking off your shoes. You can see in this picture there's a shoebox at the back, and on the right it's quite a steep step up to the floor. This is a more modern genkan. You can see the step is not so high. The outside area is tiled and the floor inside is wooden. Genkan are usually very small because they're really only just for putting shoes on and taking them off. The next room is a Japanese style room. This is called washitsu. On the left at the back there's a tokonoma. That is an alcove for displaying artwork or beautiful objects, and often the focal point of the room. On the right there's a sliding door which covers a cupboard. This cupboard often holds futon. This is a washitsu with the futon rolled out for sleeping. This is a more modern Japanese room. It's a Japanese bedroom called shinshitsu. You can see it has a modern bed and a wooden floor. This is a Japanese living area or lounge room called ima. This is a more modern ima with a TV. It still has many traditional features though. This is a traditional Japanese kitchen called daidokoro. You can see that there's just a fire pit in the middle of the room, no other appliances. This is what most modern Japanese kitchens look like. This daidokoro has a stove top on the right with a grill underneath, a kitchen sink, a small refrigerator, and on top of the refrigerator there's a rice cooker. Japanese houses don't have ovens. This is a traditional Japanese bathroom called ofuroba. You can see on the left you shower outside of the bath before you get in so that you're clean before you get into the bath. This is a more modern Japanese ofuroba. It follows the same thing though. You shower on the left outside of the bath before you get in, and then you hop into the bath and relax in the warm water. The control panel on the wall just under the word, that is to keep the temperature of the water high. This is a very modern Japanese bathroom, still quite small, and still shower outside of the bath and then hop in the bath when you're clean. This is a traditional Japanese toilet, or toire. It's called a squatter, and basically you put one foot either side and squat. These are images of more modern Japanese toilets. On the left you can see there are toilet slippers at the front. You need to take off your inside shoes and wear toilet slippers while you're using this room. And next to each of the toilets you can see a small control panel. That controls water temperature, water pressure when using the bidet, and also the air pressure and air temperature for drying. This is a traditional Japanese veranda, or in Japanese, veranda. The design is so that there is nothing between the inside of the house and nature. You can see the sliding doors can be opened right up and you can walk straight out into nature. Modern houses also have a veranda, but these are more functional. You can see on the left there are some funny looking things with slots in it. This is to put your washing outside. You put a long pole between those slots and then you put your washing outside to dry. This is a very modern Japanese veranda or veranda, and you can see that Japanese people often put lots of greenery there because in cities there isn't a lot of greenery.